Bye. I'm calling my mom.
Good evening. I know I did a video about this earlier this morning, but I feel the need to make another one because this right here, the video that I stitched, is extremely concerning. Number one, we all know, sadly, she has a large following. And the fact that she is straight out asking her mother to research someone to do whatever with, but she's doing it on a live, is number one, quite bold, but it also signifies a lot of things to me. That she is dangerous in so many ways. She needs to be stopped. Now, I said in my video earlier that I felt like she was doing one of two things. Why she's come up with this needing to move and needing a GoFundMe. But I've since learned a lot of details in watching videos. What I found odd was I didn't go to her page, but I did watch like some of her videos on the outside looking in. And a few days ago, the day before I believe she posted the GoFundMe, she made a video where she was pointing at the camera with a money gun, TikTok money gun, shooting out $100 bills, taking those same $100 bills and smacking the camera with it, saying how no one's ever going to take her down. She almost seemed like, not even just that she feels like she's like invincible, but like she's, I don't know, like a dictator or something. But anyway, bragging about the amount of money that she makes on this app and how so many people are jealous of her and this and that. And then the very next day, she's asking people for, at the time, $25,000 to move again. Now, I have a few issues with that because I think, number one, how ironic that it happens within a day or two of the black, whatever you want to call it, out of her. I definitely think that it could be a ploy for us to forget about the blackout or have people go to her and watch her content, comment on it, whatnot. Because she was saying, look at my lives, you guys can't black me out, you can't get rid of me. But the other concerning thing is, imagine being her neighbor and you're living next to someone who you know is known to video record people without their permission and blast them all over the internet. Imagine that people just want their serenity, their peace where they're living, and they can't have that because they live next to her. And then all the endless amounts of vehicles stopping randomly at her home. Whether it's her doing or not, it's a nuisance. But also she's extremely paranoid. Anytime someone even drives by her house, someone's out to get her, someone's out to stalk her. I think that either she's trying to do this as a manipulation tactic to stop the blackout, or the other thing that I think could be happening is her landlord came to her and said, look, you gotta go. It's happened with HH. Definitely will happen with her. She has a much larger following. And I think the landlord can't take it and said, look, you gotta go. But here's the thing, people. She is bragging that she has $144,000 saved. And she doesn't want to touch that. She wants us to fund her move. How sick is that? Most of us would never even we'll never see $144,000 in our savings. And if I did, I couldn't imagine coming on an app and asking people to fund my move while I keep that money. Like, that's ludicrous. Not to mention, Adrielle, when I moved from New Hampshire to Nevada, I moved a 5-bedroom home. We moved from our 5-bedroom home to Nevada. We packed up a 26-foot U-Haul. Myself, my husband, our son, and a few friends. We packed that U-Haul up, and I drove that U-Haul cross country. Not my husband, I drove it cross country. He drove the van pulling a car, I drove the U-Haul pulling his truck. We didn't hire a moving company. When we got to Nevada, we unloaded the storage into a storage unit because we didn't know where we were going to be staying, because we were going to buy a house out there. I did hire a moving company to move our stuff from the storage unit to the apartment, because when we got there, I ended up passing out cold on the ground and had to go to the ER from heat exhaustion. So we didn't want to risk it. But that cost us a few $100s. A few hundred. And you want to talk about rent and how expensive it is. You moved to this apartment a few months ago and you paid 6 months up in full. So you've only been there 4 months. So you'd be getting 2 months back. Let's not forget that. But also, why do you need a moving company? Why can't you and your children pack it up? You have a 12 and a 14-year-old. They can help, and you can do it. You don't want any sweat to come off you. It's ridiculous. And when we moved back to New Hampshire, we downsized. We sold a lot of our stuff. And we got 2 tow-behind trailers. And we loaded up what we could, and we moved back. Again, we did it all. No moving company. We did it. But you talk about the prices of living. In New Hampshire, it's very expensive. I'm in a small town. I'm in the capital, but I'm in a small town. And our rent's for a 1-bedroom is over $2,000 a month. And up. But it's ridiculous what you're trying to pull. And I just wish that people would see that you are nothing but a scamming loser. Period. But also now you're a dangerous one, because you are calling out people on your lives in front of hundreds of people and asking for their personal information and trying to get your mom to stalk this person and figure out where she lives, what she does, who she is. You need to be stopped. So I highly suggest anyone who sees this video, please go and report her GoFundMe. Go to TMZ's page, find the information where you can report her stuff to the local authorities there in Buffalo. She needs to be stopped. She is more than a nuisance now. She is a danger to people. And if you can't see that, then I'm sorry. People need to open their eyes and stop funding Adrielle. Someone with $144,000 in their bank account has the balls to come on this app and ask people to pay for their way to move. It's sick.